how to build a movement powerful enough to walk against a culture that rotates around eating carbs? And could what happened to cigarettes in the 90s happen to fast food and carbs uh, in our era? Could it
Yeah.
could the history repeat itself?
Yeah, I think it definitely could. So, here in the United States right now, there's a movement that is coming from the government actually against ultra processed foods, and in good, it's about time, quite frankly. Ultra processed foods, and these are not the whole foods we're talking about, right? These are the things down the aisles of the grocery store that come in packages with many, many ingredients, and they're really substances. They're not really food. And they're substances because they're designed by the same executives that used to work in the tobacco industry. They moved into the food industry, and they have worked with
Mm-hmm.
scientists to have the most perfect ratios of fat and salt and sweet in such a way that it actually really does change brain chemistry. They really do act like substances in the brain, and they are not nutrition, because when you have a highly ultra processed food diet, or many of your calories, percentage of your calories come from those, they are actually more nutrient depleting than adding. So high carbohydrate diets reduce micronutrient stores of things like thiamine and magnesium, for example. And so they're just really not food. And so there really needs to be a conversation about what is food, right? Does this nourish me, or do I use this like a drug to regulate my emotions? Um, and so there needs to be more conversation about that. But yes, I think there absolutely will be. There is a big research base about the harm that these food products cause to people. And I think there's a lot of business industries that are pushing really hard. Back then it was just the tobacco industry, right? And there
Mm-hmm.
was a few big players that were really pushing against any change around their products. But I think that there's really a lot of highly processed food manufacturers all over the world. But I am optimistic. I think that when people understand what is in the way of their healing, the people I work with, like you said, they will do anything. They come to me, they're like, Nicole, just tell me what to do, right? They really, if they understand that these products are substances that get in the way of their thriving and their healing, they will give them up happily. They do all the time, the
Yeah.
people I work with. So, and I think that once they kind of understand that those food companies really do not care about them, really do not have any interest in whether they get to live their very best life possible, whether they're happy. They don't care about you as an individual. They're after your money. And once you kind of understand that, I think that it becomes an unfulfilling relationship with the Doritos packet, or the Krispy Kreme donuts, and you are much better able to put those aside.